Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna for seekers of God. Spiritual Talks of Mahapurush Swami Shivananda. Continuation of chapter 66, page 166, episode 137. Mahapurush Maharaj teaches us how to live in the world. Mahapurush Ji was visibly moved by the devotee's earnest entreaty. With a voice full of love and emotion, Mahapurush Maharaj said, I have already told you, my son, that I have offered you at the feet of the Master, who has accepted you and taken up your responsibility. It is precisely because Sri Ramakrishna would accept you that he inspired you to come here. Today, you are born to a new life. If the Master is true, then what we say is also true. Take refuge in him, refuge in Sri Sri Thakur, Sri Sri Guru Maharaj, heart and soul. Throw all your responsibilities on him and go on calling on him with earnest humility. That is all that is needed. You have nothing more to do. He will take care of you under all circumstances. As for your desire to know how you should live in the world, that you can learn from the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna himself. You must perform all your duties, but you must keep your mind fixed on the Lord. It is just like a maidservant in a rich man's house, who does all her work, but whose mind is in her own home, in the country, in the village. Similarly, one should live in the world without any attachment. You must serve all the members of your family, wife, children, and other relatives. But you must know in your innermost being that God alone, Sri Ramakrishna alone, is your nearest and dearest. Apart from him, there is none whom you can really call your own. That does not mean, however, that you must neglect your family. You must serve them to the best of your capacity, considering them to be the children of God, or to be so many parts of God himself, entrusted to your care. You must talk with them about God and try to instill in their minds a true love for God. You may be in the world, but your mind must not be tied to it. The Master used to say, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, it is very necessary to have discrimination, viveka, to consider that the world is evanescent, fleeting, temporary, transient, and that God alone is real and eternal. What can money give you? It can give you food, clothing, and a habitation. That is all. It cannot lead you to God. So money can never be the goal of life. Considering things like this is called discrimination, viveka. Do not cherish in your mind too much of worldly ambition. You have already provided for the bare necessities of life. Be content with them. The mind has a natural proclivity, inclination, tendency towards the low and the vulgar, towards lust and lucre, and towards name and fame. The task of the aspirant, spiritual aspirant, is to gather together that scattered mind and fix it on the lotus feet of the Lord. The highest ambition in life should be the realization of God. Keep that ambition ever awake in the mind and try heart and soul to reach that goal. To be continued. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.